everybody that's here today, and everybody that's participating and has given them their time and energy and effort to be here to add this new element to the show. I think it's a good way for us to show everything that we have here in the area. A lot of people don't realize sometimes unique vendors and services and companies and support, different elements that make up the industry here. And I think this is a good way for us to see that it is a part of the community that a lot of people may not know about. But all of us are part of it. All of you help the industry to thrive here and help us to create this industry and to maintain and to keep this industry. And so we're just glad that all of y'all could be here today. We especially want to thank, we've got Representative McComas that's with us today.
Yay!
I'm sure as all of you know by now, we have a new North Carolina Film Incentive Program that Representative McComas, the other folks that couldn't be here today, Representative Justice, Representative Wright, Senator Bozeman, were all involved in helping us put together to be able to revitalize the industry here. And I can tell you it's working. We're starting to get a lot of phone calls. I actually just got back from Los Angeles, and it looks like we have a lot of stuff that's heading this way. So it's doing what it was supposed to do, which was to get us attention, to get us a chance to sit at the table and recruit these productions. And I think soon we're all going to see the benefits, and they'll certainly realize then the hard work that they did is worth it and what it's going to do for this community. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Frank Capra Jr., who has some remarks to make.
Woo!
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. I certainly want to add my thanks to our legislators, Danny here, who took the lead in doing this. As Johnny said, this has really put us back on the map entirely. The studios are calling us, independent companies are calling us. It has made a huge difference in their attitude towards North Carolina as a place to make film. They always knew this was a great place to work. Look around us, we have all the equipment, we have actors, we have crew people, beautiful locations. But we really weren't quite in the game on the budget side. And what Danny and his cohorts have done is put us right back on the map. And as Johnny said, we're getting calls all the time. We're going to look very busy all of next year, I think. So I'm very thankful to you. Thank you for all the legislation work you've done for us again. I am been asked to introduce one of our marvelous resources here in southeastern North Carolina, a gentleman from Carolina Beach. Mr. Pat Hingle, who I've known a long, long time, been a great friend and a buddy. But more than that, he's been a wonderful actor. He has had, 40 years?
58 years.
58 years in our industry. And what a remarkable history he's had. He has some remarks to make. But again, I just want to thank everybody for coming. I'm very delighted that we could have this as a kind of a new idea here for Cucalorus, and I hope it'll continue. You can see that a lot of what we do is technical, but again, it takes the people to run the technical equipment. And so our greatest asset is our people, and our crew and our actors, and indeed Pat Hingle is a perfect example of that. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Pat Hingle. Thank you.
I look around me. In 1950, in March, when I became a professional actor in New York City, this is the way you dress. You dress like you guys are dressed now, they shoot you. You get into Sardi's to eat, you know, they step over you on the street, you know, when you come. See, aren't you happy things change? They have changed so very, very much. I'll soon be 83 years old. Technically, particularly, it's mind-boggling how it's changed. But the one thing that has not changed, that has remained constant, as true today as it was then, the people in the business have got to eat, got to have a place to shelter themselves from the weather. That has not changed at all. And so, it's very pleasant too, if you can do your work, get paid, and go home to your own home, instead of some rinky-dink motel out in the big middle of nowhere, you know. And it is the work that the legislature has done, or the legislation that's been passed this year in the state, has greatly helped our situation here, because we have we've had the talent and the equipment and the studio and everything, but we just haven't had the incentive that some of the other states have. And when you get down to the nitty-gritty in our business, that the buck is where it's at. And to give a person from out of state a chance to come here and work rather than go to Louisiana or some other place is a great benefit to us. It's a great benefit to the state. It's a great benefit to the city, because we bring in a lot of money and we don't pollute. And if we make your town looking better in order to make our movie, if you want to leave it that way, we'll leave it that way. If you want to take it down and restore it to the way you had it, we'll do that too. We're a great bunch of people, really. And I'm proud to be a part of it. 58 years, 1st of March is when I became a professional actor. This is the way I used to dress. I wanted to make my first film on the waterfront. I don't know how Marlon, I can't imagine Marlon didn't wear a suit. But this was just the way that people in the entertainment business dressed. And there's a number of people that most of them apparently not here, but I want to thank, and any of you that have a project in mind where you need an old fogey, I do better with lines than I do with names. I can still learn lines pretty well, but these are the people that have helped so much ease the legislation through and become a final benefit to us down here. This is Mr. Bill Vassar, Mr. Julia Bozeman, Mr. Daniel Comas, Mr. Carolyn Justice, Mr. Thomas Wright, Mr. Johnny Griffin, and my old friend over here that introduced me. He's got a pretty good voice. If Ed Sullivan ever comes back, he and I are going to go on the Ed Sullivan Show. There's an old-time number called Heart of My Heart. And I don't think Frank knows it. He's not quite old enough to know. I'm going to teach you to it. And so instead of just simply coming up and talking to you, we're going to sing to you. It's something to look forward to. And so I just want to say to everybody, I'm certainly happy. I came here in '85, and I'd never been east of Charlotte. And I fell in love with the whole area. And I've been living here since 1990. I've never been tempted to go someplace else or something. I like it here, and to have so much work here. We thank these people I just named. Thank you, Lord.
Mr. Hingle went through those things a little rapidly. We have a thank you from Cucalorus. Daniel Comas, thank you. And it glows in the dark. Bill Vassar, thank you very much. John Griffin, thank you. Thank you very much. You get the red.
I get the red one.
You get the red.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You need to say something. Get up there and say something.
Thanks everybody for coming out. We're honored to be able to put this on, and we hope that this moment becomes the one time of the year when everybody who's involved in the film industry can come together, not working on a project, and trade ideas and talk about how to make the film industry better in Wilmington and in North Carolina. So thanks for coming out.